to the SRO collaborative, we've been receiving some critiques and emails of individuals, including SRO residents, who believe there's a problem, and I see the point, that the SRO collaborative is meant to organize tenants so that tenants can be active participants in making sure they have habitable living environments. And oftentimes, the agency that runs the SRO collaborative is the landlord. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just wondering your response to that, if you think it's a problem, how you ensure that there is real independence between the organizers and how they relate to the tenants, and the landlords.
Well, it's an ongoing commitment to communication. There has been, as we all know, there has been some upheaval over the last couple of years with the pandemic and getting access to do inspections in some of these buildings. But I think now there's much greater emphasis on a collaborative approach and working with the different CBOs and in relation to having more ability to ensure the habitability of the tenants in these buildings.
Yeah, I mean, let me be a little bit more specific. There's allegations, and I have no idea if these are true. These are emails and complaints that we're getting, that particularly the Central City Collaborative is hand-pinking organizers, so that they won't make complaints against the landlord of the organization that is the fiscal sponsor, or runs the SRO collaborative.
Yeah.
Have you received complaints like that, and how would you deal with them if you did?
Oh, I have not received complaints like that, but if I did, I would definitely reach out to our housing inspection team and set up a meeting with these entities that are involved in anything that relate to what you're describing, Supervisor.
Yeah, I'm not, this is something I think we're going to have to look at as a city, because, especially given the really excellent Chronicle exposés on the living conditions in SROs throughout the city, but also there is an inherent conflict, of course, in the landlord of the building being the one that's supposed to organize the tenants to hold accountable the landlord of the building.
Right.
It's an issue. At the same time, I know many of the organizations that run the SRO collaboratives really do want to empower tenants to fight for their rights, and so. This is not a new issue. This is something you've inherited, for a long time. But I've never seen the inherent conflict be brought up as much as I have lately. So it's something that I do think we're gonna have to look into in terms of the design, and at the very least have a mechanism within DBI to receive complaints if. In the interim, before we decide if we're going to change how we run this program, if there are allegations that landlords are attempting to influence, tenant right. organizers, that there's a way to do something about that. So I just want to bring that to your attention and continue to work on and address that issue.
I do welcome the conversation, and we are happy to work with your office on exploring the problem, if there is a problem, and to work on finding solutions.
Okay, to be continued. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. There's no more questions.
Thank you.
Next we have